Once you are comfortable in that seat, then let your arms relax and hands rest in the lap. Just take a moment to let your body arrive here this morning. Make any adjustments that you need to be more comfortable. And then eventually close your eyes. And just start to notice the energy in your body right now. What is your physical state of being this morning? Notice your mood and where your thoughts are. Acknowledging your mental state of being. And scan through your body from head to toe. Noticing how you feel in this seat. How does your body hold this shape? And is there any effort beyond what's necessary that you could allow to let go? Notice the pressure of the pelvis against the ground, or your support if you're sitting up on something. Feel that contact point and let your body really root down. Feeling an evenness through the right and left side. Noticing the sensation of that pressure. And then bring your attention to the weight of your palms in your lap. Notice the sensation of that contact. Maybe the warmth or the vibration that you feel of the hands against the legs. Let there be a heaviness through the arms that goes down into that contact. And then notice the sensation of space all around your upper body. And if you're leaning more toward the forward space or the back space, or more to one side than the other. And if so, just subtly adjust your spine so that you feel really upright and balanced over the hips. Feeling that space evenly around the entire body. Start to notice the sound of your own breath. Listening to the rise and fall of your inhalation and exhalation. And start to purposefully slow down your inhalation. Taking more time to fill the lungs and feel your upper body expand toward the space around you in all directions. And you may feel that the exhalation slows down as a natural response, but if not, consciously slow down the air as well. Maintain this slower, deeper breath. You can float the eyes open. On an inhalation, raise your arms up overhead. Join the palms together and look up toward your thumbs, actively reaching toward the ceiling. Drawing your navel in slightly and strengthening through your lower and middle back. The next time you exhale, we're going to twist to the left, split your arms open, and wrap your left arm behind your back, and cross the right hand over to the left knee. And just gently press against the knee to help you twist here, rotating your chin to look over your back shoulder. As you inhale, sit up even taller, and as you exhale, feel that rotation. One more breath in, and then exhale, just unwind, facing forward. Inhale, raise the arms up again. Exhale, twist to the right, splitting the arms as the right arm wraps behind the back. Left hand comes to the right knee, gently pressing to help you twist. One more breath in, and exhale, unwind. Good, unfold your legs and straighten them out in front of you. Lean your hands behind your back and just rest on your palms. Point your toes and then flex them up toward the ceiling. Just moving the ankles, waking up the feet. Back and forth a few times. And then leave them in the pointed position. Squeeze your shoulder blades together to open your chest. And then lift your ribcage and chest, arching your back. So hips are still on the floor. We're just trying to create a nice open thoracic space. Few breaths here. One more breath in. And then exhale, release the chest and rib cage. Good, bend your knees, lean forward, and hold on to your ankles or shins. Separate your feet much wider than your upper body. We're going to take a modified tortoise pose. On an inhalation, sit up nice and tall. And then exhale, tuck your chin and fold your upper body through the legs, rounding the back. Let your head and neck drop. And take several breaths here, expanding into your sides and low back. Good, inhale and roll back up. We're going to straighten the left leg out to the side. Fold the right heel in toward your hips, bending that knee out to the side. We're going to do a modified version of nose to knee pose to just stretch the hamstrings a little. So first sit up really tall and just focus on the straight leg. Reach out through your heel and point up through the toes, getting that leg as long as you can. We're going to take a side bending version of this pose. So you can put your left hand on the straight leg, raise your right arm up over your shoulder, and then start to bend over to the side, leaning toward the straight leg as you reach your right arm over your face. You can walk the hand down the leg as you bend, holding wherever is comfortable. Good, nice deep breath. Squeeze the thigh muscles, really try and get that hamstring down toward the floor. Good, inhale, lift up out of the side bend and release the arm. Good, switch legs, help fold your left leg in and open the right leg out to the side. So a wide open position for the hips. Your left heel is right in front of your pelvis. Good, sit up really tall and fire up the straight leg. Point up through the toes, press the heel and the hamstrings toward the floor. The right hand can rest there on the shin or wherever it reaches. Raise your left arm up. And then exhale, start to side bend toward your straight leg. Good, reaching the left arm over your face. Wonderful. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, release. Good. Let's unfold that bent leg. Take both of the legs out in front of you again and just shake out the knees a little bit. And then we'll come into table pose. So you can come off of whatever you might have been sitting on, put that aside. And from table, we're going to come right into a balance. So line up your shoulders over the palms. And then straighten your right leg behind you and reach your left arm in front of you. Nice and long, actively pressing against the ground. Three more breaths. And exhale, let it go. Other side, straighten your left leg behind you and your right arm in front of you. One long line, strong through the core. Last breath in and exhale, release. Good, keep your hips in line over the knees. Walk your arms forward and press your chest toward the ground for half down dog. Just opening up through the shoulders and lengthening the upper back. Take 5 breaths here. And after those 5 breaths, go ahead and lift back up to table pose. Plant your palms shoulder width apart, spreading the fingers widely. Tuck your toes and lift back and up to downward facing dog. You can adjust your stance if your hands are too close to your feet or not wide enough. And then really press against your hands. Try and find that same length you just had in your spine when the knees were down. Let your head and neck drop. And then from here, we're going to raise the right leg up into the air. 3-limbed dog, nice and steady here. Holding for a few breaths. Keeping the left hip supported and high. And then look forward. On an exhalation breath, lunge your right foot all the way up in between your hands. And glide your shoulder blades back, come up on the fingertips or blocks. high lunge. Good, keep the strong energy in your back legs. So try and straighten through the knee joint, reach out through that heel. On an inhalation breath, rise up to balance in high crescent lunge. Good, exhale the left hand down and twist. Keep reaching the right arm up toward the ceiling. Rotate from your belly button all the way up to the chest. Good, look down, exhale the right hand to the floor and step to plank pose, feet and legs together. Good, squeeze your inner thighs together, engage your outer hips, and hold here. Active energy through the arms. Three more breaths. And exhale, lower through chaturanga to the ground. Point your toes, squeeze your shoulders back. Inhale to low or high cobra. Exhale, let it go. Twice more. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, release. Last one. Inhale, rolling up. Exhale, let it go. Good. Press back up to your knees. Hips back and lift for downward facing dog. When you're ready, raise your left leg up, three-limb dog. Hold here a few breaths, working on the strength of the right hip and keeping it elevated. Good, look forward, exhale, lunge that foot all the way up in between your hands for high lunge. Come up on your fingertips or blocks and glide the shoulder blades back. Good, strong energy through your back leg. When you're ready, inhale and rise up, finding your balance in crescent lunge. The next time you exhale, twist, putting the right hand down. Keep reaching up through the left arm, trying to stack the shoulders. And rotate from your waist all the way up to the chest. Good, look down, exhale, left hand to the floor, and step back to plank pose. Good, strong legs, active energy through the arms. Take 5 breaths here. With your last exhalation, slowly lower down. Inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, release. Inhale, push up. Exhale, lift back, down dog. Stay here and breathe. One more breath in, look forward. Exhale, feet to your hands. Inhale, flat back position. Exhale, forward fold. You can stay here. Let your head and neck release. And feel the weight of the pose move into the balls of the feet. Hips lifting up toward the ceiling as the spine draws down toward the ground. And on an inhalation, we'll come up to stand. Open the arms, rise up and reach over your head. And exhale, arms to your sides. Good, we'll take a few rounds of sun salutations, so make sure you're toward the front of the mat. And then on an inhalation, begin by reaching up. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plank pose. One breath in. Exhale, slowly lower. Inhale, up dog or stay with cobra. Exhale, down dog. Take your time getting there and then settle into the pose. One more breath in, look forward. Exhale, feet to your hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, release the arms. Round two, inhale. Exhale, forward bend. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plank pose. One breath in. Exhale, slowly lower. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. 5 steady breaths. One more breath in, look forward, and exhale, feet to your hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, release the arms. Last round. Inhale, begin. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plank pose. One breath in. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Stay here and breathe. On an inhalation, look forward. Exhale, step to your hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, release your arms. Let's take one round of Sun Series B, starting with chair pose. Inhale, sit back, bending the knees. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plank pose. One breath in. Exhale, slowly lower. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Raise your right leg. Inhale. Exhale, lunge that foot through the hands and ground your back heel. Inhale, warrior one. Take a few breaths here. Really press against that back foot. Try and completely straighten that leg as you get low in your front leg. Exhale, hands to the floor and return to plank pose. Step back. Take a breath in. Exhale, slowly lower. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. From here, raise your left leg. Inhale. Exhale, lunge the foot through the hands. Ground your back heel and rise up. Warrior one. Stay here and breathe. On an exhalation, hands to the ground and return to plank pose. One breath in. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, make your way to down dog. Good, settle in, let go of any holding 3 more breaths. And look forward. Exhale, feet to your hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees deeply, sitting way back, and then inhale, return to chair pose. Exhale, stand, and release the arms. Good, just stand here in mountain pose for a few breaths. Let your shoulders really draw down away from the ears. And notice the energy throughout your body. Good. Once the breath feels calm again, I'm going to have you find a block. If you typically use it for half moon pose, to put your hand on the floor, we're going to work on coming from warrior 3, the balance, into half moon. So if you want to have something nearby to help with your balance, like a chair or move toward a wall, go ahead and do that. We're going to stand on the right leg first. So just take a little step forward with your right foot and bring your hands to your waist. Squeeze your shoulder blades back and just feel how that opens you across the chest. And then look at the floor, maybe a foot or so in front of you. Bend your front knee and lean your upper body over that foot. And then push against the ground to straighten the right leg and lift your left leg up behind you. So just gradually finding balance here. And as you feel steadier, then you can deepen the pose by leaning the upper body forward and letting your back leg lift higher. And if you like, sweep the arms back alongside you, reaching the fingers toward your left foot. Good, so balancing here in warrior 3, just a few more breaths. And then let your right arm sweep down and find your block with your hand. Slowly roll your left hip open so that it stacks now on top of your right hip. And then float your left arm up, stacking the arms one on top of the other. Feel a little more opening through the side body as the left rib cage rolls back. Half moon pose. Bring your left hand back to your waist or your hip. Look down and just take out some of that opening and square your hip. And then just bend your knees and step your left foot down to meet the right. Hang over both of your legs in a loose forward bend. Let your shoulders and your head and neck release. And before we stand up, just move this block over to the left side of your mat. Bend your knees pretty deeply and roll up through a ragdoll, one vertebra at a time. Once you're upright, just stand in mountain pose again for a moment. Notice the difference between the right and left side of your body. Good. When you're ready to do that on the other side, just step your right foot back a little bit, because we're going to be standing on the left foot now. Bring your hands to the waist, squeeze the shoulders back, and then choose a spot on the floor to look at. Bend your front knee, lean your upper body over that foot, and then push the floor to find your balance. Lifting off your back leg, gradually straightening your standing leg. And then as you feel more stable, work on leaning the upper body forward more as you reach the back leg up. Sweep the arms alongside you for warrior 3. Good, sweep your left hand down and find your block. Start to slowly roll your right hip open. So the pelvis is now opening to the side, hips are stacking. And then raise your right arm up over the shoulder for half moon pose. Feeling your rib cage and chest open. look down to start to close the opening. And bend both knees, step your right foot down, and hang over your legs in your forward bend. Good. Move your neck and head a little bit. Let go of any holding there. And from here, bring the hands to your shins. Inhale, flat back position. Exhale, walk back to plank pose. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, slowly lower. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Take 5 breaths here. On your next breath in, look forward. Exhale, feet to your hands. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Let's stay here and hold on to the elbows and let your shoulders just melt down. And if it feels good, you can sway your upper body like a pendulum, side to side from the waist. And let that motion gradually slow down. And let go of your elbows. And again, we're going to roll up, bend the knees, roll up through ragdoll, all the way to stand. Good. Once you're standing, just find mountain pose again. Active through the legs, arms reaching down by your sides. And we're going to take 2 more standing poses here. We're going to be moving from triangle pose into warrior 2. So if you use a block for triangle, you can have it on the left side of your mat. So we'll stand on the left, or your left foot will be forward first rather. Take a big step back with your right foot and then increase the distance between your feet so you have a long enough stance for triangle. Good. Both legs straight. Really squeeze the thighs. Feel the energy go up toward your hip joints. And then open the arms out to the sides. Good. Nice and active. Reaching the wrists apart. And then tilt your hips back as you lean your upper body forward. Reaching as far as you can, and then pivot your arms. Left hand finds your block or your shin. Right arm reaching up. Good, and if this is tight for the shoulder to reach up, you can keep your right hand at your waist until you can feel a little more freedom of rolling the rib cage and chest open. Right, and if it doesn't ever feel good to reach this arm up, you can keep it back, you can let it come behind you. And so figure out ways to adapt the pose to how you're feeling in your major joints and muscle groups. Good. From here, contract through your core and then lift yourself upright and then bend deeply into your front knee for warrior 2 pose. Should be roughly the same in the legs, but if you need to adjust your feet, just kind of scoop them where they need to be, getting nice and low in that front leg. Good, everyone. Look over one of your front fingers. Keep reaching the wrists apart. And then look down at the ground. We're going to cartwheel the hands to the floor. Lift your back heel up, which should put you in a lunge. And then bring that knee down to the floor. Good. You can move the block to the right side of your mat for now. We'll come back to it if you're using it in triangle. Let's bring both arms on the inside of your left foot. Move that foot over a little and turn the foot out. And allow the knee and thigh to fall away from the shoulder, opening up the outer hip. But if you want, you can rock a little side to side in your pelvis. You can bring your elbows to the floor or to a block if you want to go a little lower. come down, come back up to your hands. And we'll all move the foot out even wider so you can plant your palms for plank pose. Lift your back knee up off of the ground and then step back to plank. Good. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, slowly lower down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Again, notice the difference between the right and left side of the body. Press evenly through both hands. And look forward, inhale. Exhale, step to the front of the mat. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up to stand, reach over your head. And exhale, release the arms. Good, other side, step your left leg back, preparing the legs for triangle. Increase the space until you have a wide enough stance. Both legs are strong and straight here. Open the arms out to the side and actively reach them apart. Good, tilt your hips back, lean your upper body forward, reaching before you pivot the arms. Right hand down on the floor, block or shin. Left hand reaching up toward the ceiling. Good, slow, steady breath. And then on an exhalation, contract through your core and lift yourself upright again. Bend deeply into your front knee for warrior two. Good, keep that active energy through the arms. And look at the ground. Exhale, cartwheel the hands to the floor. Lift your back heel up and bring that knee down to the mat. Good, let's adjust the stance. So both arms are gonna come inside the front leg. Move the foot over a little and turn it out. And let that knee fall away from your shoulder. Good, and then if you want, you can just kind of rock side to side, especially if it's feeling tight. Or you can bring the elbows down to a block or the ground if you like going lower. Just noticing how this side feels, keeping that deep, active breath. And if you did go down your elbows, come on back up. Let's move the foot even wider out to the side. Plant your hands shoulder width apart and lift your back knee up. And then step to plank pose. Here we're gonna hold here a few breaths. So squeeze your legs together, shoulders over your palms. Three more. And exhale, lower all the way to the ground. We're gonna stay here. Point your toes and squeeze your shoulder blades together and reach your arms alongside your body, placing the forehead on the mat. Then we're gonna prepare for a locust pose. Squeeze the shoulders, blades back, and then lift your arms, legs, chest, and head as you breathe against the mat. One more breath in. Exhale, release and turn your head down to one side and let your shoulders melt into the floor. And we'll take that a second time. Squeeze the legs together and roll the shoulder blades back. And when you're ready, lift everything up, reaching the arms right alongside the body. One more breath in. Exhale, release. Turn your head down to the other side. Let your whole body melt into the floor. And last time, legs together, forehead down. Squeeze your shoulders back and lift everything up into locust. And then optional, if you can interlace the hands behind your back comfortably, go ahead and do that and work on lifting the arms up away from the hips. Last breath in. And exhale, let it go. Good. Choose one side, put your head down, let your shoulders melt. And let's separate the legs a little wider apart. Bend your knees so your heels lift up and just swish your feet from side to side. A few of these windshield wipers, just loosen up the low back. Good, and release the feet. From here, I'm going to have you just roll yourself to your back. We're going to work on bridge pose. So just use as little effort as possible to flip over and center yourself on your mat. Once you're there, bend the knees and plant the feet close to your hips. Arms down beside you. Gather your shoulder blades closer together under your back. And then when you're ready, press through the feet, forearms and hands, and lift up into bridge pose. Maybe even getting the shoulder blades closer together again once you're up in the air. And trying to get that arch into the upper back. The next time you exhale, roll down. Good, separate the shoulders. Let your arms just open out to the side in a T position. Take a few moments just to rest. And if you like, you can do some windshield wipers with the knees just to help release the low back. Good, we'll take that a second time. So plant your feet hip width apart and close to your hips. Arms down beside you, tuck the shoulder blades together, and then lift up when you're ready. And if it's comfortable, you can interlace your hands here as well, like we did in locust, pressing the fist and the triceps into the floor. One more breath in, and exhale. Release the arms and slide your spine down to the mat. Good, separate your shoulders, open the arms out a little wider, and just take a few moments to pause or do those windshield wipers if you like. And last time for bridge pose. You can either take the active version we've just done, or if you have a block and you want to take a supported bridge, you could place that underneath your pelvis if you want to take a more passive posture. All right, so whenever you're ready, gather the shoulder blades and press up through the hips, feeling that expansion across the chest and the rib cage as you breathe deeply. When you're ready to release, exhale, slowly roll down, separate the arms. Good, let's open them out to a T position with the palms facing up. Separate your feet as wide as your mat and take those windshield wipers one more time. And the next time that your knees drop to the left side of your mat, let them stay down there. Raise your right arm up and over your head, reaching it away from your hip. And just breathing into this nice expansive stretch from the right armpit all the way down to the right hip. On an exhalation, let it go, lifting the knees and taking the right arm out again. And switch legs, switch sides rather. Drop the knees to the right, let them hang there. Raise the left arm up and overhead, elongating from the armpit down to your hip. Take one more deep breath in and exhale, unwind. Good, bring your knees up and the feet closer together now until they touch. And let your knees fall open out to the sides for reclined bound angle pose. If this is tight in your hips, you can support the thighs or knees with your blocks. And let's place the left hand over your heart and the right hand on your lower abdomen, just framing the breath. You can close your eyes here. Let your awareness come to the sensation of the hands on the body. And watching the undulation of your breath. Feeling the hands move with that rhythm. See if you can notice your own heartbeat. And start to invite some of the intensity of the previous postures to gradually dissipate by slowing down the exhalation phase of your breath. The next time that you exhale, bring your knees back together. Good. You can separate the feet a little wider apart, and then we'll hug both knees into the chest, wrapping your arms around the legs, and just rock a little bit from side to side, massaging your sacrum and your low back. Then turn your knees around in a wide circle, a few times in each direction. And then you can stop that motion, and we'll keep the right knee here. Slide your left leg down and let it relax on the mat. And then gradually cross the right knee over your hips for a reclined twist as you float your right arm out to the side to counter the leg. And you can give yourself an adjustment by sliding your bottom hip over to the right side of your mat, just a couple of inches to help line up your SI joints as you're twisting here. You can close your eyes if you like, letting the pose deepen with the breath. When you're ready to come out, slowly unwind. Bend both knees and press against your feet to slide your hips so they feel centered below the shoulders. And just pause there briefly to let your spine settle. And then hug your left knee to your chest and slide your right leg down. Let that leg relax. And then we'll cross the left knee over the body for the twist, floating the left arm out to the side. And then adjusting your bottom hip to the left side if you like. Gradually deepening with the breath, but not pushing or forcing the knee over any farther than it will go on its own. When you're ready to come out, exhale and slowly unwind. Plant your feet and adjust your hips so they're centered below you. And just pausing here briefly to let the spine relax. And then from here, we're going to come into Shavasana, final relaxation. If there's any extra layers of clothing that you want to put on or any props that you'd like to use to support your body, go ahead and gather what you need to be more comfortable or warmer. And once you feel settled, close your eyes. Take a moment to scan through your body from head to toe, noticing if there's any lingering active energy anywhere. And if so, either moving that part of the body, or you can always kind of shake the limbs to help release. Just completely let go. Take one final deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Let your lower jaw release. Feel your throat and tongue relax. And all of the muscles in the face soften. And enjoy these next few minutes of deep rest. Slowly bring your attention back to your breath. And take a few deeper breaths to cue your body that you're about to move. And take any little movement that would feel good to you right now. And then in your own time, roll over to one side of your body, curling up into a fetal pose. And just pausing there briefly to notice how you feel. And then gradually make your way upright again and find a comfortable seated posture as we did in the beginning. Once you're there, really connect through your pelvis, feeling that contact at the floor or on your support, and lengthen up through your spine again, just bringing some alert energy back to the body. Gradually deepen your breath. And then join the palms together in front of the heart. We'll end chanting Om one time. Take a deep breath in. Om. yourself for making time and space to do this practice today, and expressing gratitude to your body for all the support and strength it gives you. And thank you so much for being here. I hope that you enjoyed this class. Lovely to see you all. Have a wonderful day.